Hello and welcome to video number 12 in Embolden's video tutorial series. In this video we're going to be talking a little bit about troubleshooting formatting issues in the RAD editor interface, which, as you know, is this lovely interface right here that we've been working in. There's several things that can cause formatting issues, and as we all know, they're very frustrating when you run into them, when you have formatting that you're not expecting. So I've created my little red text here as a kind of example of some formatting that I don't want. Usually the culprit is if you are copying in from Word or from another third-party source, it will copy over not only the text, but all sorts of formatting tags on the back end that can cause problems. Also, if you're editing the same content over and over and over again over time, for example, if you have a content manager module on your home page that has your latest news and announcements, and you are constantly adding to it and deleting some old stuff and adding more stuff and editing this and that, you can get what's called artifacting, which basically means you're deleting some text, but the formatting tags are left behind, and you can't see them in here, but they're still there. If you clicked into the HTML view, you would see all sorts of empty paragraph tags, empty bold tags, or strong tags, or font tags, or link tags, or all sorts of different things. And then when you click in and start adding some text, unbeknownst to you, you might be clicking into the middle of some previously empty tags, and then all of a sudden things are bold that you don't want them to be. Very often you'll have things be a header that you don't want them to be, so rather than the header only being this, it's actually all of your text is in a header style. So regardless of what's causing the issue, one of the easiest ways to fix it is using this little tool down here. This is going to show you whatever HTML tags are wrapped around your cursor, and you have the ability to select them. So I'm in a paragraph right now. If I click P, I'm selecting that whole P tag and everything inside it. If I click in the header and I click this H1, I am selecting that H1 tag that starts here and says make this be a headline, and then ends here and says stop being a headline. If I look at my red text here, and this could be anything, it could be something that's really large, really small, different colors, you know, whatever it is. But if I click in here, I notice that not only am I in a paragraph, but inside that paragraph, there's a font tag. So basically, and I can click on this and see where the font tag is. So I click there and I can see, okay, it pretty much matches up with where my red text was. If you ever see a tag that says font, or generally if you see a tag that says span or even div in here, it usually means something has gone wrong, and you generally don't want that there. If you're unsure of any of this, if working with this makes you really nervous, you are probably better off calling Embolden or calling whoever can help you with your website and having them take a look at it and clean out any bad HTML. But if you're relatively comfortable working with HTML and you don't want to have to actually click over here to the HTML view and go through and try to manually clean stuff up, this little tool here is very useful. So how do we get rid of this font tag that we don't want? We just click to select it. We have to make sure we click to select the font tag. So I click in here, click to select font, and then click remove element. And then that removes the font tag. We can see the wording is still there. The words that were there don't disappear. All it does is removes that font tag that was saying, in this case, make this be red. So generally, if you see things that shouldn't be a header, looking like, you know, being bold, being larger, looking generally like a header, and you see you have extra H1 or H2 or H3 tags down here, those are usually ones you want to remove. And again, font, span, or quite often div, you generally want to remove those. So that's a bit of basic troubleshooting, and that can be very helpful if you're running into formatting issues with the RAD editor interface.